Salute to the Most High, first and always. The real spiritual Most High, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Trolls, only God and your mama can love you. And you know I got to hit you with that. One time, yeah. I say one time, yeah. I say one time, yeah. Y'all know how I roll, man. You know, salute to brother in the cut. Salute to everybody, the entire base, the entire tribe, as we like to say here on this platform. Man, I don't have long for this live, but y'all the first ones I thought about, man. When I heard this right here, I was like, man, I got to share this with my tribe. I got to share this with my base, man. You know, Elon Musk is at it again. There seems to be a tweet going around on how to judge and analyze 8 billion people, something like that, that went around on X. And it was talking about everyone's reproduction rate. And it was talking about how certain reproduction rates are decreasing. And Elon Musk didn't take it too well, and Elon Musk took right to X, you know, retweeting all this racist stuff and fear-mongering as if to say that if whites become the minority here in this country, that they're going to be treated even more cruel than what the minorities were treated. And I couldn't help but think, man, who thinks like that? Who thinks like that? Who goes to bed at night and wake up first thing in the morning thinking, man, the minute these people, you know, perish, we're just going to take over and take them through the same. Who cares? What's up, Ray? What's up, Ray? Now, if we're talking reparations, I'm never going to say, oh, that was so long ago, we don't deserve it. But if we're talking about imminent get back just because we would be in power, black or brown, and we would outnumber in population the white population, there is no way, you know, black people would subscribe to that. We're more or less concerned with waking up, getting our money, taking care of our families, and staying out of the system. We don't have that interest in retaliation. We've seen enough cultural retaliation. We've seen enough racial retaliation. And we've exemplified enough resilience to let you know, man, we're not even on that. We're not even on that. As you come in, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. I am going to play an audio. This is from Antonio Speaks. They're referencing basically population. All right. Let's hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, brothers and sisters. You know, let's have a good conversation. As you come in, you know, wipe your feet on my welcome mat. That welcome mat would be my like button. If your like button isn't lit up, please tell your thumb to get up. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to pause and play this audio because, you know, no one likes to work for free. All I'm asking you to do is hit the like button. We can have a conversation. What's up with you, Ray? We can have a conversation here. Let's not be disingenuous. All right, well, moving along. It seems as if the only way to beat racism is to really not take part in racism. What's up, Nate, my man? What's up, Nate? Moderators, as you come in, can you please hit the like button? Can we lead by example? Because I've just begged like 6 people here to hit that like button, and they're not hitting that like button. Today, we're talking about just being tired of racism. I'm going to play an audio in which they're talking about something that Elon Musk retweeted, you know. And Elon Musk plays these racial genetics, this racial game all the time. All the time. He adds fear into the white population, the white culture, as if to say that their numbers are declining And the minute that they become the minority, meaning the Europeans in this country, that black people or brown people are going to do the same thing to them that they did to us, except we're going to be more cruel in our retaliation. No one thinks like that. No one thinks like that. Alfonso Wilson, what do you think about that? Let me play this audio. I don't have long. You know, I got to go pick my brother up from dialysis and everything. But this is Antonio Talks on YouTube. Y'all go subscribe to Antonio Talks.
And then it says your culture is being debased and used to psychologically castrate you. History, we're always going to talk about it. We're going to always bring up how vile and evil some of you people were. It's so crazy to me how white people love to glorify ancient Rome, ancient Greece, things that happened hundreds of years ago, right? But when we talk about slavery, Jim Crow, and just even tragic events that happened in the past 50 years, oh, that wasn't us. Like, we didn't have any parts in that. Those were our, we didn't.
As of the census in 2020, the white population is 57%. 57% of the US population is white. The biggest issue facing white people and facing our country today is not inflation, it's not the economy, it's not that fascists are running the White House, because that couldn't be further from the truth. If that actually was true, we would be in a much better situation than we are now. The biggest threat to United States citizens, heritage Americans, is white replacement. So if you want to take up a cause, if you have a page, if you want something to fight for your own people.
Like I stated, if you are a white man, find you a white woman and impregnate her. If you are a white woman, find you a man and let him shoot the club up in you. I swear, y'all, it's not rocket science. And this woman in this video, I heard she has a mixed child. Bouncing on Black Dingling.
Your own side and fight for white survival. Be proud of who you are. Unite with one another.
And I want to say this, bro. There's nothing wrong with being proud of being white. You can be proud and white. But like I said, always remember what white pride, what came with that. Whenever we heard of white pride, it meant anti everybody else. So you can be proud of your white self, but just know what it once meant.
Need more white unity in this country if we're going to survive. If we don't quell this invasion that's going on in our country, we won't have.
What invasion? What white unity is she calling on when all we've seen was white supremacy? That takes some unity. And it has ran rampant for at least 400 years plus now. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. It's ran rampant for thousands of years. It's crazy. No one thinks like this but a racist. And I'm sorry, good white folks. I'm sorry that these demographic of people look like you. It's not to say that all white people are racist, because your white folks aren't racist. We rock out with the white folks. I get a white folks a black card. You know what I'm saying? It's the racist white people, man. It's the white nationalists. This is why this country seems to can't come together. And I, for one, I am so sick and tired of racism. I swear racism is getting old, y'all. I swear it's getting old, y'all. It should be an old topic in this country, just like the discussion of dinosaurs and land masses that used to be separate. You know, it should be an old conversation by now in this country. We should have been moved so far past racism that this shouldn't even be. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. Because no one thinks like that. No one. If by some grand scheme, you know what I'm saying? If by some grand scheme, that say we woke up tomorrow and whites were the minority all of a sudden, statistically, throughout this country, are you going to have some a-holes with this mindset? Yes. Can they actually move in this country with that mindset? No, because the rest of the country don't agree with it. We don't rock like that, y'all. Understand, I have white in my family. You know what I'm saying? I have white in my family. So I'm not one for the division. I'm content of character. But allowing something as crazy as racism to divide us, if nobody had a choice to decide what race, what sex, what religion they wanted to be. It was just something that was assigned to you. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was assigned to you at birth. deal with it. You know what I mean? It don't make one person bigger and better than the next. Because in turn, we're all human. When we get sick, we all go to the hospital. You know what I mean? All of our bodies need food and water. You know, we're all the same color when the lights go out. I always wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? But it's true. I don't see how this is still the basis of an argument in this country. It's not about, okay, Ronald Stewart says it's not about race, it's about America. If you're American, you're my brother, you're my sister, I love you. John Wolfe says people forget we all bleed the same. God just gave us a different color. We bleed that and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why we focus so much on the things that divide us or the things that make us different. The very things that make us different as a person also makes us unique as a country if we learn how to actually come together and unify. If we let all the stupid division go, we turn our backs to a government that's trying to divide and conquer the people and stir up global, you know what I'm saying, uncomfortable situations, then I mean, it's man, it's getting old. Let's listen to the rest of this because I want y'all to hear what Mr. Tesla said, y'all.
Need more white unity in this country if we're going to survive. If we don't quell this invasion that's going on in our country, we won't have a country anymore. You won't recognize it. You won't feel safe. And pretty soon we will be like South Africa.
Now, y'all, I'm a father of 3. I tell y'all this all the time. In fact, my youngest...
Wait a minute. What did she mean pretty soon they would be like South Africa? They own 70% of the land in South Africa. How did they get there? The takeover, the same takeover that she's frantically saying that she's afraid of if they become the minority. Make this make sense. So we didn't hear about the apartheid government. They always told us Nelson Mandela went to prison. They never told you why. You know why? Because he was fighting basically segregation over there, the apartheid government. He was fighting colonization. Yes. You notice they never told you in school why Nelson Mandela went to prison. I just told you why. Look it up. Look it up. They never ever told you why. They just told you he was something like a freedom fighter. That's why he went to prison. Because he kept fighting against the apartheid government that the white colonists brought to South Africa during that time. The EFF, y'all, this is hypocrisy and it's silly, man. Who thinks like this? There's so many other things to be concerned about in this world besides the color of someone's skin. How can you help me? How can I be of a benefit to you? You know what I'm saying? What can we work on together that's going to be a benefit to someone else? But as long as we keep running this discourse, this race stuff, this religion stuff, this politics stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even basing it on someone's sexual preference, live your life. If you LGBTQ, live your reality. I don't swing that way, not for me, but I'm not here to knock you. Because just like religion, that's your freedom of choice. If we are going to go to heaven or hell, you have to answer for that. Not me. I'm going to have to answer for my own. All right, let's get into the comments. I'm going to let this audio play. All right. All right. Grizz says, how ignorant you have to be to not like a person because of the color they were born. All right. Gotti says, they know if we unite, we will take over this country. Blacks and Mexicans come together. We're a real threat. All right. Gotti says humiliation ritual. Gotti also says, which Mexicans you talking about, the black ones or the yellow ones? Only the light-colored Mexicans really identify with white supremacy. They register as white. They fought in like 1930, 1931 to be basically considered white. So I don't think it would be the dark ones because I know the melanated people, whether they're Mexicans, Arabs, whatever they are, I know they're probably treated just like we're treated right here because of the color of our skin. All right. Nate says, America is made of racism. Saying that you will never change that system. The system was put in place when a Western European came to America. All right, Too Genuine says the real reason this is happening because they are the minority in population now. They're scared a black man will take over and make them slaves when that's not how we think. They scared of the truth. Exactly. We don't think like that. What's up, Woody? What's up, Woody? We don't think like that. That's what I'm saying. If it did happen, black people ain't finna throw no barbecue and run around here trying to enslave white people. We too busy still trying to pay our bills, lead by example, raise our children, you know what I'm saying? And stay out of the system, man. Good morning, mister. We too busy trying to stay out of the system. We too busy not trying to fit the profile and the narrative that you guys created for us to live up to your expectations. See, sometimes to show people that they can be wrong or that you've changed, sometimes you have to do what's unexpected of you. Now, they're witnessing, they're saying what they expect us to do if this was to happen. But let's say it never happens. Let's say their numbers did decrease and they were the minority. Their fear of what they think are going to happen and how they think they can actually psychoanalyze a black person to think that, okay, they're hostile, they're going to do this, they're going to want revenge. What you're doing is owning up to all the BS that you're lying about. You said this stuff never happened. You said it was too long ago. You said you don't owe us nothing. But now that fear is telling us a different story, for one. For two, we're not thinking like that. Sure, we want those reparations, but are we thinking about, you know what I'm saying, beating people, owning people as property? And say, no, that is inhumane. We invite everybody to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? And we do that because we don't mind seasoning our food. I had to throw one in, y'all. Forgive me. Forgive me. I got to get one laugh on, man. I got to get one laugh on. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what color you are. I care about your content of character. I care about your mind. You see what I'm saying? Because the mind is the weapon. The mind is the weapon. It takes a mindset to think like this. It takes a mindset to condition your mind that a group of people, if they were the majority, would reciprocate the same violence and the same cruelty, the same inhumane punishment on you. When those same group of people are indoctrinated by your religion and they're already brainwashed to be forgiven. Make this make sense. Do you know how many Christians would stand up and be like, no, we must forgive? You know what I'm saying? No, it'll never happen. It would never happen. That's why you don't see black folks out here with the mass Obamas. If you follow my platform, you know what I mean by Obamas. Y'all know what they do with them public schools. They go home, they get them Obamas, and they brah, 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 all in public, y'all. Y'all know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't see us doing that because we ain't on that. All right, Too Genuine says, hey, what's up, Don? Too Genuine says, they acknowledge the black life in divinity. We are prosperous without them. They strip from everything and still survive. They've taken every intention made by a black, brown, stolen like GPS. All right, Bernice says, no, Sinners the movie taught us you can't invite everyone to the picnic. Sin means to miss the mark, is what Gotti says. Okay, Bernice, let's stay there for a minute. I like that. Right? But that movie Sinners was also produced by who? So it was designed, it came with an agenda. Certain things, that anything that you watch on a television is telling you your vision. They were telling you their vision right then and there if that had ever happened. I personally don't like the word picnic because that's what they used to do. It used to be picking to hang, pick to sell, pick to buck break. You feel me? Words have spells. You know what I'm saying? Words have spells. Hey, Unc, I saw you on Grinder. I don't know what Grinder is. What's up, Rosa? All right, Bernice say you used it. I usually say barbecue. If I said picnic, my apologies. I usually say barbecue or the cookout. You know what I mean? Telling lies to your vision. You know, so Bernice, if I used it, see, I led by bad example and I stand corrected. No one's beyond reproach. You know what I mean? So I usually say cookout, you know what I mean? Or I say barbecue, you know, or I say barbecue. Enemy of the state is another good. It is. But these are all their visions of what they think, we would do or what America would be if we were in a position of power. Let me ask you this. Why isn't it happening in black continents and black countries right now then? Because we know that Europeans colonized everywhere. I just told y'all they're in South Africa. You know what I mean? So why isn't this happening in South Africa? Have they begun to take their land back in South Africa, realizing that it was stolen? Yes. But why isn't this happening? Why hasn't other black continents or black countries rose in colonization? When have you ever heard of them leaving their indigenous land, meaning black continents, black countries, and going somewhere else with war and famine and disease and violence and lies? We pretty much have always stayed in our lane. We don't get anyone's time wrong until they get our time wrong. All right. 2Gman says, yup. Also, the word MF, we love to use that word. It is, and I'm guilty of that. Bernie Mac got me loving that word. Rest in peace to the late, great Bernie Mac. Y'all know I love comedy. That's why I love to laugh so much. Not making excuses. I'm guilty, because they underage, go spell. Got it. And Bernice, because you are so observant, welcome to the moderator family. Welcome to the moderator family. Because I like people around to correct me too. I ain't perfect, I slip. You know what I'm saying? I like people around to keep me in check too. It's called checks and balances. Welcome to the family, Miss Bernice. That's all I'm saying. Welcome to the family. All right. Let's get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We finna get back into this. I ain't got too long, but here we go.
Youngest baby, he turned 1 today. Y'all wish him a happy birthday. Y'all say happy birthday, Cairo, okay? You know what I'm saying? We about to go have some fun later. But I have 3 kids, right? I'm 24. Me and my wife, we wanted to just, we want to get our kids out the way with, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we done. Probably just one more. But kids are expensive. And also, I just want to provide the best life for my kids. So I do whatever it takes for them. Now, the thing about having kids is that, you know what I'm saying, that love you get for being a parent is like something you really can't explain until you do it. Like, I crash out and do anything for my kids. With that being said, I would work any job to provide for my children. You know what I'm saying? I would do anything. Pause. Not anything, but you know what I mean. And that's why I say, man, don't rush into having kids. Have kids when you're ready and you're stable. And I like I said, me and it was good. Because it's most definitely easier when it's just yourself. You only got to feed you only got to house yourself, but then you got kids. So it's like, so the way that a capitalist society works is for people to have a lot of kids. Have a lot of kids so your kids can work in these factories, you can work in these factories, and like, kind of stay trapped. So I feel like a lot of people...
And that is a common sense question. If they are so fearful that their numbers are declining, their population are declining, y'all can't find no women y'all age to consent to lay with y'all. Y'all ain't getting grown at night. Y'all women stingy with the yum. You know what I'm saying? They make money off of our live birth certificate. You right, cause I'm starting to think they like Nick Fuentes. They don't get laid, y'all. Something ain't right. How you complaining about your birth rate, but you ain't got your old lady and you know what I'm saying, or your wife and helping to increase your birth rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, baby, we got work to do. You know what I'm saying? The hell is you talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? If that was me in that situation, whoever I'm with at that time, we got to help. We got to help our people. How we gonna do that? It starts in a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. Real talk is crazy. It's crazy. Yes, I said they. You know why I said they? Because all white people aren't the same, and all black people aren't the same. You have good black people. Well, we just take care of our kids. If we can afford them, we don't have them. Y'all get William out of here. William, one thing you're not going to do is come in here and shift the narrative. You know what I'm saying? It's your population that's declining. We trying to help you. Sorry, you can't bust a nut, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, you can't bust a nut, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry a maggot may have a bigger man tool than you, sir. I'm sorry you cannot get the job done with your women, and that's why your women choose us to get the job done. That could be another reason why your birth rate is declining too, because your women aren't choosing you racist dirtbags. They're choosing us. They're going outside of their race, just like we've been going outside of our race. That could be another reason. If you start being nicer to your women, start beating them, start beating them, then you won't have that problem with your woman not wanting to give you the yum yum at night. But you don't know how to talk to her. You don't know how to keep your hands off her. You around here sleeping with your daughter too. Your wife don't like that. The white woman don't like that. So she clank clank. She ain't giving you nothing. Now look at your birth rate. How many of y'all getting locked up for messing with your children? That's cause your wife ain't giving you none. Look at your birth rate. Clank clank. Since you want to come in here with it, William. Start it, William. Start it, William. Start it, William. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. What is that? Link on Prime. Congratulations. Congratulations. Sincerely, congratulations. It's not about race, it's about love. It's content of character. See, it don't matter if you're in an interracial marriage. What matters is that both of you treat that child, in the best interest and with your best interest. Do what you need to do as two parents to answer that responsibility, no matter what. And kudos for not letting race divide you when it comes to finding love. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There's an example right there. You know what? And you just made moderator on this channel. See, I told you. Congratulations. 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 Now, y'all see how Link is different from talking to William, who we just booted out? Do you see that? Do you see the difference? So when I tell you everyone's not the same, everyone's not the same. There goes your example right there. Best example I could have given you. Right there. See? Best example I could have given you. Right there. William comes in here with the hoorah and all the racist stuff, and look what Link on Prime says. Congratulations, homie. And be the best parent you can be. Be the best parent you can be. Have fun, live it up, love it up. Real talk. Real talk. That's what we embrace around here. Unity, respect, and love, man. URL. That's what it is. Unity, respect, and love. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's get those likes up. We're talking about everyday stuff right here. This is a common sense conversation. We all know right and wrong. Unless you're a racist and you were raised that way and you don't like what I'm saying, why wouldn't you be hitting that like button right now? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be hitting that like button right now? Y'all listen to this. This is their fear. Now, this is Tucker Carlson taken from the same video. All right?
Biggest city in the United States then and now is New York City.
Hold on.
With blended Vietnamese, Thai, and Indonesian. 8% you have Latin American, Hispanic. 8% blended Indigenous American, European, and African. Number 7 you have Middle Eastern and Northern African at 6%. Blended Arab, Persian, and Berber. Central Asian and Turkish 2%. Indigenous people is 2%. And then mixed descent is 1%. The biggest city in the United States then and now is New York City. New York City in 1950 was 90% white.
Listen.
Chicago in 1950 was 86% white. Philadelphia, over 80%. Los Angeles, 94% white. 94% white. That's almost an ethno state, actually, at that point. Detroit, Michigan, home of Ford, GM, and Chrysler, 84% white. Baltimore, steel and shipping capital of the Mid-Atlantic, 76% white. That was 1950. You know people who were alive in 1950. Maybe you were. Here are the numbers today. Baltimore, 27% white. Detroit, about 10% white, down from 84. Los Angeles, again, 94%, about 37% white now. Philadelphia, 36%. Chicago, less than 30%. And New York City, again, the biggest city in the country, is now around 30% white, down from 90% in 1950. Now, y'all know Elon loves the dick ride and he's racist. So he ended up replying to the tweet. Whites are a rapidly dying minority. Bruh.
Elon Musk heard that and immediately tweeted, whites are a dying minority. Whites are a dying minority. That's not what I got from that. That's not what
Motherfuckers want to be the victim so bad. The only thing you have to do in order for your precious white race to stay afloat and to keep your numbers high is to find you a white woman, have intercourse with her. But you know what the problem is? These white women, they don't even want their own white men. One thing I love to explain to you is that white supremacy is only catered to men. The women get treated like absolute shit. A lot of these Christian nationalists, they still like white Christian nationalists, they white supremacists, they don't even want their wives to vote. We literally just did a video on the DEI white supremacists. Nick Fuentes, he was out at the club and
I think I literally just said all of this. I think I literally just said, I might have said it in a different way, but I think I literally just reiterated what he said. I think I just reiterated that. All right. All right. Link on Prime says, actually, let's go to Gotti first. Gotti say they changed their status from white, meaning creature of white. All right. Link on Prime. Or are we going to acknowledge that one race has challenges? We can acknowledge that other race have challenges. And we should root for each race to thrive and have success. That sounds good to me, man. I don't hate on people because of their race. I like to learn from people, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's written in the law not to mix your seed with the tamahus. All right, we got somebody in here say whiny losers, DTHDYJ. I'm not sure who's he's addressing, but I'm pretty sure they'll speak up again. Who are you addressing? Who's the whiny loser? All right, Link on Prime said, it's bad if black people aren't thriving. It's bad if white people aren't thriving. It's bad if nobody is thriving. If anyone can't thrive and we have to live this life and everyone has to be miserable and oppressed and poor and hateful and angry, and none of us are winning. None of us are winning. I never said, the Europeans are a dying. See, I have to watch what I say because I'm eligible for monetization, and they go back and they look at this. There's words we can't say. I never said the European race is meeting a rapid demise when we're talking about cultural numeracy here. Okay, I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? You're right, Link on Prime. Whites are minority globally because 70% of the world is melanated. I say this all the time. You're right, Link on Prime. Black share. We ain't right. We're not miserable. No one should be miserable. We are not falling for the same tricks that keep us from winning. I agree. They was created in a laboratory. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to keep my channel, y'all. I got love for everybody. Can we say the racist demographic of them were created in a laboratory? Because not all white people are racist. That's like saying all black people are violent thugs, y'all. Come on now. You got bad apples in every bunch. Now, we can't associate everybody. I understand when it come to us, they associate all of us. When it come to them, I understand they break themselves down liberal, right wing, left wing, moderate, but it's all the same race. I get that. And I'm going to speak the truth on here. You know what I'm saying? But we have bad fruits, bad people in every culture. That's why I embrace good folks. I tell y'all all the time, I have people fatigue. I don't like people because usually people bring drama and toxicity. You know what I'm saying? But good folks want the same thing you want, just a little peace. Because just like you, they're tired. They're burnt out. They want better. They want to not survive. They want to thrive. You understand what I'm saying? It's a difference between surviving and thriving. So good folks, no matter what race you are, those folks are tired of surviving and now they embrace thriving. So it don't matter what your skin color is. It's about your mindset. Because you can either weaponize your mind to be successful on your grind, or you can weaponize your mind to wake up racist all the time and be the biggest disturbance you can be to someone who's out here in this world trying to be the best that they can be for their family, for their priorities, their responsibilities, for America's sake, y'all. So it's the energy we put out. Lots of times the energy you put out is the energy you get back. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm finding this a little bit disrespectful right here because we're having a great conversation. I'm reading your comments. You know what I mean? Everybody's talking right. Everybody's on the same page. K Butterfly says, I found my people. I found my people too. Welcome to the moderator family. I hope you subscribe, K Butter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Corinne says, hello, I just came in here, so I don't know what you're saying in general, but I do think that the problem is exactly this white, this black, that, and I think that's really the problem. See each other as one. I'm with it. If you just came in and you didn't know what we was talking about, I don't know how you know what we was talking about, because that's exactly what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So you nailed it. You know what I'm saying? A kind Morris says, a kinda, send light and love, brother. Somebody have to, man. Y'all don't think this world is dark enough, man? Y'all don't think this world and the chaos is dark enough. You don't think mainstream media is dark enough. You don't think society is dark enough. You don't think the crime that runs rampant is dark enough. You don't think the mental health is dark enough. Come on, man. You don't think the stress of how you gonna maintain your family, pay your mortgage, pay your bills, survive, or put a meal on the table is dark enough? So we got to start somewhere, man. Going at each other's necks and threatening war just based on something that you had based on something that you had no power. It's not like you were able to stand in front of God and say, God, make me white. You know what, God? Make me melanated. You know what, God? Make me Spanish. None of us had that pleasure. So you have to play the hand you're dealt. And with everyone playing against each other, there's never going to be a winner. If everyone plays together, everyone can win. You know what I'm saying? What happened to united we stand, divided we fall? Real talk. So I'm not going to get on here and tell y'all to dislike people. I'm not going to get on here and tell y'all get back at these people. I will speak the truth about history. I will speak the truth about our true identity. And if it sounds racist, hey, I'm unapologetic about the truth. So I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that. But I'm never going to get on here and tell someone to do something that's going to disturb or disrupt your life, your stability, your welfare, your children, or someone else's. That's just not the smart thing to do. I'm not going to get on here and tell somebody to crash out. So why would a racist wake up every day with the mindset to crash out over something that no one had control over at birth? That is my point. What's that? What's that, Bernice? Muhammad, you got one more time. Because you can, listen, you got one more time. We don't use that type of energy here. And if you just coming in here to be a troll, if you can't sit there and narrate what the point is from everything you just heard me say from the time you've entered this live, then brother, don't check me, check your comprehension. You know what I'm saying? I agree with what James says right here. James says, link on Prime. Your family displays racial pride, though. It should be pride. It displays unity. It displays diversity. It displays the melting pot that America is described to be. That's what it is. That's what it is. No, I think it shows that you guys have moved past your racial indifferences, Link on Prime. I don't know if that's a typo, but we have to watch the words we use. All right. Link on Prime says, because we are in interracial marriage, I think it shows racial indifference. No, because you are in interracial marriage, I think it shows that you moved past your racial indifferences and still found love. That you guys found something in common, realized that you guys still are human beings. You know, I don't believe in racial shame nor racial pride. James Coleman, link on Prime. That's absurd. Hold on, what did I miss here? Did you see the video, The Four Types of Black Americans? I would really be curious about your reaction. I can't say that I have seen that. I've only watched things on a reclassification of Black Americans. You know, the true identity of Black Americans, the history of Black Americans. If you can tell me where to find that, though, I'd be more than happy to review it. More than happy to take a look at it. What is racial shame, please? Reality is the world sees color. Reality to that, Perry, is sad. It's sad. The world don't only see color. The world sees sex and gender as well, because these same white guys that's in power are actually treating their women the same way. These are the guys that didn't want their women to vote. You know what I'm saying? It's on YouTube, about 4 minutes long, if I'm not wrong. And it's called the what? Come on, James. Why are we doing that? James Coleman. James Coleman. How do we go from giving this brother a compliment to doing this to this brother now? I don't want to read that comment, but come on, James. Come on, James. We're going to come on, link on Prime. You are a moderator. Gotti, you should have let Link on Prime did that. It's not racial at all. Some people have a spirit and some people don't. See, that's a question of humanity and spirituality. I forgot racism existed till I moved back to the Midwest. You must ain't never lived in the South either, homie. It's bad, man. It's bad. Americans are Americans. I agree with that statement. John Moss, I agree with that. You want to know how American I am? You want to know how American you are? Huh? You want to see an example of why color don't matter? It's all about the mindset and the content of character. Watch this. Welcome to the family, John. You are now a moderator. I hope you subscribe, homie. I hope you subscribe, homie. Now, I'm not saying my platform can't get a little shaky when I start telling the truth and going back and revisiting history. But if we can socially be acceptive of what's going on now, you know what I'm saying, in modern day times, give me just a second. I'm sorry. Have to make an emergency call. Give me just a second. Just a second. All right, well, we're going to be going for a ride. What the what? What the what? What the what? What the what? Good morning. Give me just 1 second. Give me just 1 second. All right, chat. We're going to be going for a ride. I got to go pick my brother up from dialysis. Or I could reconvene this live when I get back and get settled. You know, because I don't know how good my reception is going to be. But I welcome this conversation. It's just I want everybody to be respectful. We can all have a difference of opinion. I need everyone to be respectful. Act like you were raised. Convince us your parents did a good job while raising you. No one's had to come in here with that. And I can't find my keys. All right. You on your way to work, Vesty?
Yeah. Oh, you really have to go pick him up?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I am off. He bought another one. Give me just a second. I'm getting in my truck. Ladies and gentlemen, get just a second. There's an emergency phone call. Have to pick my brother up from dialysis. You know. So it was time to move. But I'm gonna bring y'all with me. And we're gonna continue this conversation. Moderators, if they can't be nice, they're gonna pay the price. We can time them out, bring them back. If they still refuse to act like they were raised, then we get them up out of here for good. You know, we get them up out of here for good. You know. And y'all, I got my bestie on the phone too, so don't think I'm being rude, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I talk to my bestie every day. Y'all got a bestie y'all talk to? Oh, thank you. I'ma always drive safe. I got to return to y'all. I wouldn't have it no other way. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm gonna put my earpiece in. See, y'all, I do things the safe way. Safe way. Rabbit, your daddy gay, and your mama should have swallowed. I don't know why y'all coming here with that troll energy. I don't know why y'all think that people can't roast back. Black people roast all day long. We sit around